Wednesday of the fourth week of Lent. Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water and came to Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid. And beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Matthew 14, verses 29 and 30. We see that Jesus is facing mounting tension and mockery from the scribes and Pharisees as he continues on to Jerusalem. The religious leaders struggle to understand who Jesus is and to accept his message of God's abundant mercy for sinners. Today, let us contemplate how the rising tensions may have affected Peter. The first time Peter encountered Jesus personally, Peter's response was one of shame. "Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, Lord." Luke 5, verse 8. Shame may cause us to feel uncomfortably vulnerable. When we feel this way, we tend to recoil and push God away, which is what Peter tried to do. Still, of all the apostles, it is Peter who first acknowledges the truth of Jesus' identity. "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Matthew 16:16. What is particularly interesting is that Jesus replies to Peter, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven." Peter heard the voice of the Father reveal this to him. It may have been unsettling for Peter to receive this revelation. It may have even been more troubling for him to speak of it. Peter would have felt vulnerable as he made this confession aloud. But this time, Peter doesn't recoil. Peter stands firm because his focus is on Jesus. Like all of us, there are times when Peter gets it right, but other times he gets it very wrong. What is ultimately the difference between those moments when Peter is on point and the ones when he comes up short? Perhaps the answer is found in Matthew 14, verses 28 to 30. When the apostles are caught in a storm at sea, they see Jesus walking towards them on the water. Peter calls out to him, "Lord, if it is you, bid me come to you on the water." And Jesus says, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water and came to Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." The difference between Peter's moments of strength and moments of weakness depends on where he puts his attention and trust. When Peter first leaves the boat, he keeps his eyes on Jesus and doesn't sink. Likewise, in the moments when Peter turns toward Jesus to seek his guidance and protection, he gets it right. These moments of faith and trust in the Lord's power testify to Peter's character. So Peter is able to walk on water at first, but when he takes his eyes off the Lord, he starts to sink. Similarly, there will be other times when Peter turns his attention away from Jesus towards other things, like his shame, his fear, his own understanding, his sense of self-preservation. And that's when he ultimately starts to drown. Last Monday, in the third week of Lent, we reflected on the details Mary sees in the many people who are on this journey to Jerusalem. With her maternal eyes, seeing the goodness and potential in others, we can prayerfully imagine today how Mary took notice of Peter. Perhaps she notices how Peter is affected by the mounting tension between Jesus and the religious leaders. As Mary beholds Peter, we can imagine her mother's intuition, sensing that something is off. Let us imagine Mary. It is the evening of the day when the Pharisees scoffed at Jesus. Mary gently pulls Peter aside and says something like, "Peter, I know you are troubled. I can see it in your eyes. Listen to me. Do you remember that night when you were on the boat? Do you remember when you walked on the water and then you were drowning? Do you remember what you said? You said, 'Lord, save me.' Peter, you must keep your eyes on him. Go to him now. Go to my son. Say those same words, 'Lord, save me.'" For your prayer. Spend an additional 15 minutes today in prayer. Reflect on the lives of Jesus and Mary through the Rosary. Aim to pray 3 decades if you can. At the end of each decade, pause for a few minutes in silence and ask Mary to look at you. Ask her to speak to you about how Peter was affected by the mounting tension with the scribes and Pharisees. Then ask Mary to take you to her son. Let go of any distractions and let this happen however the Spirit desires. Simply ask Mary to bring you to Jesus. What words stood out to you as you prayed? Enjoy your prayer.